Good morning, YouTube. My name is Todd with Vanguard Historical Airsoft, and today I want to talk to you guys about my Vietnam impression, which doubles as my Airsoft loadout. Just get on into it. The weapon I'm carrying is the King Arms M79, which is an Airsoft replica. Fires Airsoft grenades, but it's an almost perfect replica of a real steel M79, and I would not trade it for the world. This thing is my favorite, one of my favorite weapons. It's probably second to the M1 carbine in my list of weapons that I really love. And every veteran I've ever talked to, including my grandpa, loves the M79. When they see this one when I'm doing events, they just smile and they're so happy to see it. It's like reuniting with an old friend, and I would not trade this for anything. It's just a great weapon. On it, I have a late war nylon sling. I took off the little clip on the back and just slung it right onto the M79 because it clanks and it disconnects and it's terrible. So, sling, nylon, simple. Let's talk about the uniform that I'm wearing. Helmet. Yep. It's the M1 helmet, which, for those of you who don't know, it is a two-piece system. The liner goes inside the shell, and then put the cover on in between the liner and the shell. The cover is the Mitchell cover, not the Woodland or the ERDL cover that are quite common with kind of inexperienced guys. It is the Mitchell cover. Got a little bit of graffiti on it, but not enough to be really noticeable. In my helmet band, very simple. Just got a bottle of 1966 dated bug dope and some Chul Hoy bags, which I use to, if I find anything I want to put in a waterproof bag, there they are. They're right there. Very simple. Got the straps wrapped around the back, pretty much the chin strap, the neck strap. I got it wrapped around the back like everyone else does. Uniform I'm wearing is a Tropical Combat uniform. Very lightweight, kind of nice cotton twill. I got a triangular bandage around my neck, but I'm not wearing a t-shirt. No reason to, really. Trousers, in this pocket I got a couple grenades, smoke grenades, frag grenades, and in this pocket I do keep my camera, 35mm. I'm not going to pull it out right now. And on my feet I do have 3rd pattern, Vibram soled Tropical Combat boots. I do have a pair of 80 knitted Panama soles that I would usually use in the field. I use these for stack display. Get this Claymore bag out of the way so we can talk about my web gear. Whoops. Great pain in the butt, that Claymore bag. I'm trying to get to all my gear. So as you can see, it's not the most effective setup for high-speed use, but for patrolling it's pretty decent. My belt, it's just a standard M1956 pistol belt. It's a nice old canvas belt. On it, got a M1956 compass pouch with triangular bandage. Oops, whatever. We got a M1956 canteen cover with canteen cup, which is a pain in the butt to get out, so I'm not going to do it. It's the fold-out one, not the wire handle one. So it's a pre-change. Got my 1916 holster my M1916 holster with my 1911 in it, my M1911A1 Colt 45 Airsoft replica, because I'm not old enough to own a real one. Probably shouldn't with that terrible muzzle safety, but anyway. Got one magazine in it. M79 gunners, NCOs, M60 gunners, 90mm recoilless rifle gunners would have been issued these. And I got one since I'm an M79 gunner. And my right side, I have my Western W49 Bowie Knife. This is the type, if I can get the homemade 550 cord toggle undone. As you can see, it's not really a fighting knife, it's just a big old knife that I carry around just for shits and giggles. Big old Western W49 Bowie Knife. This is just the old style. This one's from between 1966 and 1968. Nice early type of identification. And it's a nice touch, you know, something a little different than, like, say, your M7 bayonet and everyone would have been issued. Get that nice long, very uncomfortable. And then the rest of my stuff, my grenades, you'll be noticing where the hell are my grenades. They're all in this Claymore bag, which I usually keep kind of right here, because it's a nice, comfortable position. I reach down with my hands and do that. Yes, I am concerned about losing them, but I've never lost one, and I use the cheapest shells available. They're light and loud. They're Eagle Force shells. so they're only like 25, 30 bucks a shell. And everyone carries about 100 to 200 rounds of 7.62 for the M60. Right here I have just a 100 round belt. Because I gotta carry it. You maybe notice I got something on my back here, and it's my rucksack. Everyone carries a rucksack in Vietnam. Pretty much anytime past 1965, you're gonna get into rucksack territory, which is kind of why I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed. It's a bit weird seeing so many reenactors with butt packs, because the rucksack is just so much more common. But I understand there's not really a lot of rucksacks out there, and the butt pack serves its purpose pretty well, especially for airsoft. So I'm going to do a separate video on my rucksack because there's so much with it. Really ready to do that video, so you're going to have to wait a little bit. So if you like what you see, you might maybe subscribe. But the rucksack is a Tropical Rucksack, which mine's 1968 dated. Just give me a nice overview. Turn around so you can hear me. It's my 1968 Tropical Rucksack. Got it for only 30 bucks. Hell of a steal. And it's mounted to the frame of a lightweight. This was particularly common during the later part of the war because the Tropical Rucksack is the biggest rucksack of the war. And I'll admit, it's a cavern. I cannot find things to fill it with. It's so big. And that's one of the reasons I'm holding off, because one of the reasons I suspect that I'm having a hard time filling it is because I've never filled it with enough rations for 3 days in the field, which is kind of the standard. 3 days, nine meals, 3 days worth of rations. So once I do that, and I put another uniform in there, well, once I do that, I'm going to see if I need another uniform to put in there, and if it's full, I'll do a video. And until then, you're just going to have to wait and be, satisfied with just kind of the general overview. On the side, I do have a machete, a sleeping roll down here. First CAV slept really good, or at least the 8th Cavalry Regiment slept really good because they had the air mattress, and it's nice. You get an air mattress, you get a poncho, which you use as a ground mat, or you can string up in the trees and you make like a little tent, and you sleep dry and off the ground. And you get a little, you get the poncho liner, you make a little blanket. It's a good sleep, compared to just sleeping on the ground or in a foxhole. Other than that, there's not much to say. My impression at this point, I'd say it's at that point where it's never finished, but it's finished. I'm sure most reenactors who've gone to this point kind of agree. You can never finish an impression. You can only be at that point where you're just buying just to buy. It's like, for example, I purchased an NVA trouser belt. I've got a perfectly fine U.S. issued trouser belt, but I bought an NVA trouser belt to add a little bit more flair. This knife, I have an M7 bayonet, but I wanted this Bowie knife, so I got the Bowie knife. And I'm at that point where it's never going to be finished. I can never finish it because there's so many little tiny details to get right. But I've reached the point where I'm ready to fully display it, go out into the field and use it. And that's really what I wanted. So that's why I've waited so long to do this video. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and it's taken me 3 years to get the video going. So hopefully I'll edit this up, get this posted up, and until next time, you know what? If you like what you see, click subscribe, because there's definitely be a lot more videos coming out. Got friends in the airsoft business, not in the airsoft business. I got friends on Vanguard Airsoft. They got Vietnam kits, Eastwind kits, World War II coming up. I'm personally working on 3 other impressions at the moment. Got pilot impression and a PBR impression done. Working on a crew chief impression. Working on a advisor impression, and I'm also working on starting on Korea and French Indochina. So I've got a lot of things coming up. I'll be making a couple more videos before I reach a wall and I can't do any more. So if you like what you see, click subscribe. You got more coming on the way. And until next time, this is Todd with Vanguard Airsoft, signing out.